to do today. I've always wanted to pot up and grow some amaryllis for the Christmas season, but I just never did it. So I thought this is the year I'm going to do it because I was inspired by this container. This was from a family friend, and so it's got a sentimental attachment to it, and I thought, oh my gosh, it would be so pretty to do bulbs in this. So I thought this is just the perfect time to start some bulbs because I think that if my timing is right, these will be in full bloom for Christmas. So Christmas, New Year, so hopefully that will happen. So I'm gathered together. I got these bulb kits at Lowe's, and I have my bulb kits, I have my pretty container, I have additional potting mix if I need it, and I have some pretty decorative sheet moss to put around the top at the end to kind of give it a nice finished look. My spatula, of course. And when I open these up, these kits consist of the bulb, this pot if you want to pot it in this, but I'm not going to use this because we're going to use this pretty container. And then this is really interesting. It's this disc, and I think it's like, I don't know, it's a cocoa peat disc. And so this is a new thing for me. I've never seen or heard of this, and it'll just be interesting to see what happens. So basically, what you do, I read the instructions ahead of time, is I have 4 of these. So you take this disc and you put it in a 2-quart container and put 1.5 cups of water over it and let it sit for 15 minutes, and it fluffs up into the potting medium. So we'll see how that goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my pretty container out of the way. And I got this. I hope this is big enough. I don't know how many quarts this is or anything like that, but I just got this big bowl out, and it says just to open it up and to put the cocoa peat disc in your bowl. And I'm going to do that for all 4. And I got all the same kind of amaryllis. They're all Red Lion Amaryllis. So, oh, that's interesting. That looks a little moldy. So it'll be interesting to see, but it's got a lot of roots. Who knows? I am totally inexperienced at this, so it might be totally fine. But we'll see. But I figured I would get 4 bulbs, and with any luck, it'll give us a really nice, thick display. See, now this is interesting too. Look at the difference in that cocoa peat disc. You can see it's like significantly larger. Don't know, go figure. But yeah, I've given these as gifts in the past to my mom, and I never actually followed up with her to see how they bloomed or what have you. But I thought this is the year. I'm going to give it a try. It'll be pretty to have something exciting to look at leading up to the holiday season to see if they're growing. And I mean, hey, you can't beat indoor gardening in the winter time, right? So it'll be just a really fun experiment. And then, you know, I'll know going forward if this is something I want to do every year or if this is just a one and done experiment. All right, so I've got my 4 cocoa peat discs in my bowl, and then it's 1.5 cups of warm water for each disc, so that's 6 cups. So I've got my nice big measuring cup here, and I'm just going to cover these, and I think it should make quite a bit of potting medium, but if it's not enough, we'll use some of our moisture control Miracle Grow potting mix. So we have to let this sit for 15 minutes, and I will check back in with you to see what happens. This is about, I'd say, 7 or 8 minutes later. Look at how that has expanded. That is crazy. That is so neat. I'm going to let it go for a little bit longer and then break it apart. And they said if it's not completely expanded to add a little bit more warm water. So we'll see what happens in a few minutes. All right, I just did a quick Google search about moldy amaryllis bulbs. And they said that you can take these off. So I think, yeah, see that? Look at that. That's pretty moldy. So I'm going to take these off and inspect them, but I don't know, I'm not super happy generally with the quality of these bulbs. This is a fun experiment, but I think going forward, I'm going to buy good bulbs like from a nice bulb company. Like, look at that. I don't know. All right, I'm going to take the outside moldy leaves off of these bulbs and we'll just give it a whirl. Okay, this is so cool. Oh my goodness. So let's take it apart a little bit. I think I called this a spatula before. It's a trowel. I'm not cooking, I'm planting. So that would be a trowel, not a spatula. So, yeah, this looks, just gonna get in here with my hands. All right, I think this one needs a little bit more. I think you do definitely just have to get in here with your hands and feel it. Yeah, see how it's lighter colored? Yeah, this lighter colored ones, I think we need a little bit more moisture. I'm just going to get a little bit more moisture. I just find this highly interesting how these are made. That's so cool. So we'll give this a few more minutes. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah. All right. So moist, not wet. Well, this one's still a little bit dry. Yeah, a little bit dry still. Because they said it should be moist, but not soggy. But I'm still feeling some pieces that are just not hydrated. I think I'm actually gonna put those in a measuring cup and take those over to the sink and rehydrate some more. But this is really cool stuff. Oh, here's a pig piece. This was probably from that really big one. All right. So I'm going to start. Put some medium down into the bottom. Now they said to bury the bulbs with 1/3 of it above the soil and to keep it moist but not wet. Put it in a sunny spot. And then after it blooms, they said to maybe move it to a spot that's not in direct sun, so it'll preserve its life. So let's see here. I think I want to have it up like this, so I think we'll put more soil in, more potting medium. See how that does. That's probably pretty good. I don't know whether I'm overcrowding these or not, but it's a total experiment. But you know what, it's just one of those, it was one of those impulsive things that I was like, oh, I just want to do some bulbs. I want to do Amaryllis. So off I went to Lowe's and they had these. And so I just seized the moment and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, already I think I know that hopefully these will sprout good, but I'm not really super impressed with the quality of the bulbs. So we'll see though. It's just fun. Something fun to do. right, I think that is pretty good. So I'll put this all back in here and I'll deal with that later. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Again, 1/3 of the bulb exposed above the soil. And I wanted to make sure it was packed down around so that there's not like a lot of air around the roots. So that's that. So we definitely don't need any more soil from my regular supply. And I'll just keep that cocoa peat for other projects. And then I thought I would get this really pretty sheet moss and tuck it down and around. This is a pretty top dressing. I've never used this before either, but I've seen people using it in projects and they give such a pretty finished look. So I don't know, we'll see. See if we like it. Pretty. Just gonna tuck it around. Looks pretty. All right, a little bit more around my edges. Make sure that its bulbs are not too covered. I'm not sure. I don't think the moss is going to make a difference. I'll just have to be careful when I water. But oh, I think that looks pretty. All right. All right. There we go. Finished product. Isn't that pretty? I'm very excited. I'm going to put this in my living room on one of my coffee tables, on the side tables, where it does get some indirect sun. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Or maybe I should put this in my kitchen window. Maybe I should put it in my kitchen sink window because that gets nice sun. That might be nice. I think I might do that. So, all right, let me get this put into its situation, and I'll show you a picture of it when it's all settled. So I decided to put this in the living room after all. I think I probably will move it back to the kitchen window in the winter, you know, when we get closer to the holiday season. But oh my gosh, doesn't that look so pretty? I love the moss. I just think that's a cool addition. I would have never thought about it, but Laura on Garden Answer has done this before, and so I thought I would give it a try, and I love it. And look at that pot. Isn't that so pretty? I just love it so much. It's fun to use something that's, been given to you by a family friend. Makes it all that much more special. But, I'm so excited to see these bloom. I hope they make it. So hopefully this inspires you to pot up some bulbs for your house so that you have some pretty blooms in the dead of winter. Some amaryllis or paper whites or, little mini daffodils. There's so many different bulbs that you can force in the winter. But this is my first go round, and hopefully we'll get some really beautiful blooms. I'll keep you posted, and thanks for coming along with me on this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.